Howdy YouTube, C2 back at it again, and today we're going to be talking about ProZD and how he basically got bullied off Twitter, which, I mean, bro, you're a grown-ass man, you shouldn't be getting bullied and bullied off Twitter alone, but anyways, he's kind of a decent-sized YouTuber. He has close to 4 million subscribers, and I mean, yeah, I guess I just gotta dive into more detail, because it's a little bit to unpack. So here's like the full cast list. It's a bunch of cast members and Sung Woo Choi. And right here is his announcement tweet. Quote, I voice Orville Park in Dana Terrence and glitch Prod's upcoming animated show, Knights of Guinevere. The animation looks gorgeous. I hope to welcome all of you to Park Planet. You'll have a grand old time. So, yeah, it's basically just an announcement. This is one of the creators in the under the T saying you're incredible. It's some unnecessary glaze, but whatever. And so right here you see the character. He looks. I ain't gonna lie, this dude. If you literally took away the last name and like you told me to guess what his ethnicity was, he'd be like, I think that dude kind of looks like some off-brand version of the Adams family, Gomez Adams, the dad. I mean, just look at that, bro. You take away the last name, and also if this was supposed to be a Korean character, who named? I'm gonna be so honest. I've never met anybody named Orville. You know, I mean, there's some Koreans with last name Park, but Orville, that's a whole different kind of thing. So a little strange name choice, but I mean, whatever. I don't have my own show, so I guess I can't be talking. And then and I guess let's get on with the next section. So right here is ProZD's response to a whole lot of comments on a bunch of posts, and I'll show you those comments in a bit, but let me read this whole thing out real quick. Quote, hey y'all, this will be my last tweet on this platform. I will no longer be using Twitter after this. If you look at the replies on my latest announcement tweet, you'll see a lot of comments like this. This has been going on for years now, and while the normal procedure has been to block and move on, I truly don't think Twitter is worth it anymore. In the past, I have expressed that I think diversity in casting is important. It's a complicated topic, but at the end of the day, I still stand by this. I think it's important for all voice actors to be given an equal opportunity, and I think there have been positive changes on that front. A lot of bad faith arguers have tried to paint this as me saying things I've never said. I have been reluctant to address this for years because I know a lot of these people will not listen to reason no matter what I say, and I have not wanted to add no matter this ongoing drama. Twitter especially is cesspool for hatred, and it's been awful these past few years. But I think it's important for people to know that this has been happening. This is the last time I'll comment on any of this. Goodbye Twitter, you truly suck ass. So some of you are wondering, what does this mean? What is he responding to? And also, real quick, he actually privated his Twitter, which you see up here. So some of y'all may be wondering, what caused him to make this whole paragraph? What was the reason he wrote all this? And so you'll see in a bit that a couple of tweets were under his announcement post, and I'll just read 3 of them right here from each user. Man, people like you make me think that we should bring back Asian hate. Now, honestly, this is ridiculous. I mean, that's just fucking racist, man. Come on. And then the next one is, aren't you that fat, disingenuous nerd retard who said people should only voice their own race that's not Asian? Which is, well, I mean, kind of stupid, but I mean, has a little bit of a point. And the next one is, you're fat and disgusting like the character, but he's white. Why are you voicing this character? Which, I mean, yeah, a little stupid too. So, honestly, these 3 tweets alone, I mean, I guess he does have a point with these 3 tweets. But what he's not showing is some other tweets, which you'll see in a bit. Let me just pull it up real quick. Alright, so let me preface this by saying he did, like I mentioned earlier, private his account. So while this isn't from under the post, this is a quote tweet. And it says, quote, a lot of bad faith arguers have tried to paint this as me saying things I've never said before. And this person says, you literally tried segregating the voice acting industry and then regretted it when it was costing you work. You damaged a lot of careers, retarded fat ass. Now to be quite honest, that's just a little hurtful. And now I will show the tweet that this person is mentioning about him, about it biting him in the butt, which I'll pull later. after I show all these other tweets. So let's show the next. So for this next one, this person says VAs should only be able to voice characters of their own race. Voices a white guy, makes this sob story after getting called out. Just switch over to blue sky already, you fat idiot. Okay, that's a little hurtful, and with this, beautiful image that's just pretty self-explanatory. And let's just get on with the next image. So this tweet is a response to another person's quote tweet where they say, I feel like some of the ProZD hate is really forced but not unwarranted. And so this person goes on to reply to the quote tweet, quote, personally think the whole only X-race actor can voice X-race character is dumb as fuck. Voice actors should be able to play any character regardless of race. ProZD is a hypocrite. The whole situation was caused by himself and he isn't even man enough to admit it, which is, pretty true since he privated himself Twitter. I mean, ProZD really isn't man enough. So let's get on with the next tweet. So for the final quote tweet, right here, this person says, how is this a complicated topic? Voice acting is one of the most diverse jobs. Anyone can voice any character regardless of their race. Why does this guy keep ruining his reputation every damn time when God blessed this clown with such a cushy job? Grow the fuck up, you man-child. Which is, damn. There's a beautiful image under it. And yeah, he does really have an easy job, so he shouldn't be responding to these tweets. And yeah. And so the next part, I'll show you guys this whole thing I was talking about where he complained. So let me just show y'all. So this tweet was made a while back, October 23rd, 2023. And sorry if it's blurry. This is one of the only images I could find. And so let me just read it all out so that way y'all can understand. Quote, I got an audition for a prominent cartoon where I was sent just the Asian character. Looking through the rest, I told my agent, hey, I'm happy to read for this, but can I read for some of these others? To which I was told, all of those characters are drawn as white, so no. To add extra insult to injury, the character I got sent was labeled Middle Eastern, Southeast, or Southeast Asian, because, that's all the same, right? You could just lump them all into one. My agent told me that this is just how the major studios are doing things now. Naysayers will go, oh, don't you want authentic casting? If your entire main cast is all white and you have one token side character who can apparently just be any type of Asian ever, this is not a level playing field. This is not new. For another show recently with a large cast of characters, I was only sent the audition sides for the character who exclusively speaks Mandarin. I don't speak Mandarin. It's demoralizing, and as much as I love voiceover, the future looks bleaker every day. To be clear, this was not my agent's decision. They have sent me plenty of white characters before and have been nothing but supportive. This is what they were told by the people in charge of casting that show. So basically, right here, this is basically him biting the bullet. This is basically him realizing the actions of his the consequences of his actions. Some Tito speak right there. Consequences of his actions right here. And basically now in literally mid-thread, he's like, okay, look, this is not what I said, guys. It's important, but it's a token character, which is just silly. Come on, bro. You either admit that you're wrong, or you stand on your ground, or you stand your base, lad, or something like that. I don't know. So let me just show y'all. Let me just get to the next part. And like I said earlier, his Twitter is privated. It's probably gonna get deleted soon. And so without saying it and without much to say, I will say this is the classic case of the pot calling the kettle black. It's literally just a saga of, hey man, you can't do that, but then I can. So it's just a whole lot, man. Sheesh. I don't feel bad for this dude at all. He just kind of dug his own grave, and now half the internet doesn't like him. And sheesh. Here's this glorious image right here. And then right here's this whole thing, which you can pause and read. And now I will play devil's advocate for this goof right here and say that, there are some characters who should be voiced by, certain groups of people. Like, imagine if Spawn wasn't voiced by Keith David, Keith David was literally voiced to play Spawn, man. I don't think there's anybody else that could play him besides maybe, I don't know, at least in animation form. In live action, there's Mahershala Ali, which sadly that movie hasn't came out yet, but that's the only gimme he's getting. So for my outro, that's just how I feel about the whole situation. ProZD probably became one of the most disliked people in probably a really short ass amount of time, man. And I kind of feel bad, but dude really dug his own hole. So if you stuck around this far, I really appreciate it, and thanks for watching. You know, don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe, and have a good day, guys. Peace.